Hi there, thanks for joining us today. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. In the years after World War II, much of the United States began a massive migration that lasted for the next several decades as young families by the tens of thousands packed up and moved from urban areas out to the suburban areas. It took me until college to realize that suburban actually meant suburban, and I'm pretty sure some of you just had the same realization. But be super cool like me and just pretend you knew it all along. Coming up next from RKO in 1948, a comedy about that move to the burbs. It's Mr. Blandings builds his dream house. Cary Grant is Mr. Blandings, a New York ad man who shares a cramped apartment with his wife and 2 kids. One day, he spots an ad for Connecticut real estate, and the next thing you know, they're leaving New York for an old house in the Nutmeg State. Turns out it needs work, so much work that they soon decide to just tear it all down and start over. And before long, every time Mr. Blandings turns around, he owes somebody more money for something. Mrs. Blandings is played by Myrna Loy, and in many ways, Myrna Loy was like a female Cary Grant. She was almost always sexy, funny, and completely likable on screen. Grant and Loy are both enormously likable here, thanks in part to a smart, witty screenplay penned by the team of Norman Panama and Melvin Frank. Panama and Frank were wildly successful comedy writers who got their start writing jokes for Bob Hope. Before long, they were writing movie scripts like this one. The 2 men ultimately began producing and directing films as well, almost always working as a team. From RKO in 1948, also featuring Melvin Douglas and Reginald Denny, Mr. Blandings builds his dream house.